Sufi wives, and today I would like to present a bait from Surlila of Shah Abdul Latif Bhittai. As you know that Surlila or melody of Leela revolves around the story of Leela and Chanesar, wife and husband, and their good relationship, and then that relationship was broken because of a third lady, and that lady's name was Kauru. And actually, that lady offered necklace to the Leela, and Leela took that necklace, and that necklace angered Chanesar, and the relationship of the years has been broken away. So that is the gist of the story. And today's bath is Sabai Swaganyu, Sabni Gichihar. All the fortune brides necklace around their necks. Sabni Gichihar. Pasan Karan Piriyan Jestas and Kan Singar. For sake of the seeing beloved, they adorn themselves in hundred of ways and dresses. Dolutni Jedar, Hetai Madat. Yet the beloved inclines towards them, towards those who walk humbly with their heads bowed. That is the Beth, and that Beth reflects different aspects of human behavior. Firstly, it focuses on Sohagi, fortunate bride. Sohag, one who has the other partner is alive or with him, living with the other partner or spouse. Sohag. Then necklaces around the neck. It is adornment. It is adornment for sake of to be looking beautiful. And then pasan karan piriyan pasan, to see the beloved. Sashenkan singar. They do the hundreds of the adornments. Dholutni jetar. The beloved is inclined towards those Etayu Halanje who walk with bowed head or with humbleness. If we are looking linguistically this bed, then it starts with Sabai Sohagani. Sohagani means fortunate or married women who enjoyed the love and companionship of their husbands. In the context of Surlila Chanesar, however, the term goes beyond its literal marital meanings. It can symbolically represent the seeker who considers herself united with the beloved. The opening word Sabhai, all, universalizes the experience. Everyone seeks the status of the beloved or fortunate one. Sabai Swaganyu, Sabni Gichi Har. The har or necklace represents adornment, beauty, status, and external appearance. The image of the necklace around the neck creates a visual representation of women preparing themselves for the sight of the beloved. But Latif gradually shifts our attention from external ornamentation to internal character. Thus, necklace, then ornament, then external beauty, then inner humility. Hethayu halan. Pasan karan priyante. Pasan means to see or to behold or to watch, to look at. But in Sufi poetry, seeing beloved is rarely merely physical vision. Seeing the beloved can signify spiritual perception, recognition, contemplation, or mystical witnessing. Thus, seeing the beloved is equal to seeking spiritual presence and realization. The women decorate themselves not simply to display their beauty, but because they desire the vision of the beloved. Sase kan singar. Sase means hundreds of hundreds, are in countless ways, while singar means adornment or beautification. The repeated ace sounds in sabai, suhaganyu, sabani, ichihar, sabai kan singar creates considerable musicality and alliteration. There is also an important semantic contrast despite hundreds of ornaments. External beauty is still insufficient to win the beloved's favor. Then, Dholutni Jidhar. Now he uh, tries to conclude his thesis that Dholutni Jidhar. Dhol means beloved husband or lover. Dhar suggests inclination, favor, or attention. Therefore, the beloved's inclination is towards those. The answer is Hethayu Halanje. This thus makes the final line the semantic climax of the Beit Hethayu Halanje. This is the most philosophically significant expression in the Beit. Literally, it suggests walking lowly or humbly with one's head bowed. Symbolically, it repeats humility, submission, modesty, freedom from ego, self-effacement, spiritual discipline, reverence before beloved. However, actually, Hethayu Halan means not to be in movement with bowed head, but whatsoever you are doing to with your bodily muscle, with your power of pain, with your wisdom, with your worship, don't consider it that is yours, because it is against a gift by the nature to you. So don't consider in this way and always remain with bowed head. Always remain in that position so as you may have the inner peace and you may have the good attachment with the other people. Thus, walking humbly is not merely a physical posture, it is a spiritual posture, and that posture neutralizes your thought and behavior. That whatsoever I am doing, that is obligation upon me. Either I am in power with my bodily muscle, or I am in power with my wisdom, or I am in power with my pain, or I am in power with my worship and other services. However, it is obligation to do something, to work something, and to do labor something. That is the main mandate and main work of human being, to do anything at any time and to do that thing not for one's own sake but for others, for many people, for the sake of environment. So thus Hethayu Halan is a very much vast and with vast meaning, a key term. Hethayu Halan means to go with neutral thought, and with that neutral thought, doing work, doing service, doing things without considering it that you are doing it, it means you are out of that possessivity, and that possessivity leads you to the negativity. And when you leave the negativity, you will be positive. Your every attitude and every dimension of attitude becomes positive. Philosophical analysis of this breath is external beauty versus inner beauty. First two lines of the establish a world of external beauty. Sabhi Swagani. Sabhi Swagani. It means necklace, adornment, beauty, preparation for the beloved. But the final line, our concluding line, changes the criterion completely. The beloved inclines towards those who walk humbly, who walk with neutral thought and thinking and doing everything. Latif therefore suggests that external beauty may attract the eye, but humility attracts the beloved and also attracts the heart. Critic of ornamentation, vanity and vanity. Latif does not necessarily condemn admonition itself. The deeper criticism is directed towards attachment to the appearance and pride in beauty. However, Latif focuses on the natural beauty, and that is the sustainable beauty. Because Latif thinks that beauty is a part of the reality, and reality is not variable. Everything that is variable, it is not reality. So Latif does not focus on merely external beauty or attachment to appearance and pride in the beauty. Women perform hundreds of adornments, yet the beloved preference is ultimately determined by something else, that is humility. The philosophical movement, therefore, will be adornment, desire, encounter, humility, divine or belovedly favor. Ego versus humility. The Beth can be interpreted through the philosophical opposition, ego versus humility. The decorated self says, look at me. The humble says, I am nothing before the beloved. The distinction is fundamental to Sufi ethics. The seeker must gradually move away from self-display towards the self-effacement. In this sense, Hetayuhalan signifies the lowering of ego rather than merely lowering the head or body. Sufi interpretation of this is the beloved or a dhol can be understood at two levels. Literal level, the beloved is husband or lover. Mystical level, the beloved represents the divine beloved God or ultimate reality. Under the mystical readings, image in Beth and Sufi significance of that image. First image is Swahagani, that is image. And those Swahagani are successful spiritual seekers. Necklace is external adornment. Singer is a ritual or external body. Seeing the beloved, spiritual witnessing. Dhol, divine beloved. Hethayu, humility and surrender. And the Beth consequently moves from human love to mystical love. The central paradox of the Beth is external world in contrast with the spiritual world. Ornaments, humility. Beauty, inner character. Self-display, self-effacement. Pride, submission. Raising oneself, lowering oneself. Ego versus love. The paradox can be expressed as the one who lowers the ego rises in the sight of the beloved. So, the ego and the inclination of the beloved are inversely proportional. When you leave the ego, the attention of the beloved increases. If first thing is increased, then the second thing will be decreased. Ethical philosophy of this Ved established a distinction between appearance and character. A person may possess beautiful clothes, a person may possess jewelry, a person may possess physical beauty, a person may possess social status, a person may possess wealth. But none of these guarantees spiritual worth or attachment. Despite all of these things, the separation is inevitable in certain situations. Latif instead privileges humility, sincerity, devotion, inner purity. Thus, the ethical principle is character is superior to appearance. Feminist and gender perspective of this Ved, the Ved should not be reduced simply to the proposition that women should remain submissive. It is not only for women, it also symbolizes seeker. Within Latif's symbolic language, the Suhagini can represent the human soul or seeker rather than merely a historical woman. And Shah Latif focuses on different aspects of human behavior. And consequently, humanity should primarily be interpreted as a spiritual and ethical condition, not as prescription for women's social submission. The female figure becomes a powerful metaphysical subject, the seeker of the beloved. Aesthetic technique. Shah Latif combines several types of imagery. Visual imagery C. Necklace, sabni gichi ahar. Ornamentation, sabni gichi ahar. Beauty, sabai swagani. Kinetic energy, walking. Emotional imagery, desire to see the beloved. Spiritual imagery, humility, bold posture. The poetic movement is therefore adornment, desire, vision, humility, beloved's favor. The external beauty of first two lines is ultimately transformed into the spiritual beauty of the final line. Broader significance in Surlila Chanesar, the Ved participates in broader critique of pride, self-confidence, vanity, and attachment to external studies. Shah Latif repeatedly places love, humility, loyalty, and surrender above superficial accomplishments. The Ved therefore represents fundamental spiritual lesson. External adornment may beautify the body, but humility beautifies the soul. Central philosophical message of this Ved will be: the beloved is not ultimately won through external beauty or elaborate adornment. The path to the beloved is humility, surrender and freedom from ego. Or more poetically, we can say, adornment may make one beautiful before the world. Adornment may make one beautiful before the world. Humility makes one beloved before the world. That is the difference between adornment and humility. Key takeaway of this Ved will be: hundreds of adornments may attract the eye, but only humility attracts the beloved. And that is the gist of this Ved. And in this way, Shah Abdul Latif Bhittai teaches us, guides us that how we can mold our behavior, how we can lose the ego, and how can we seek the more attention from the beloved. So, sabai swaganyu, sabni gichiyahar. Everyone is living with the spouse. Everyone is living with the husband. And everyone has necklace around the neck. Dholatni Jedar. However, beloved is inclined towards them, towards those Hethaim Halande, who are behaving, who are going, who are interacting neutrally or low head and body and low even with lowering ego. So that is all about this Beth. Thank you very much who are watching me online or who will watch this video. They can share their feedback so as we can improve these things in the light of your feedback. Thank you very much.